here are really going to be sorry. They're going to miss quite a show. It's even being videotaped. Okay. I want to welcome everybody. We're doing a Purim spiel. It's the story of Purim, but it's based on Fiddler on the Roof. So there'll be some narration and there'll be some singing, okay. And it'll be fun. I hope you all enjoy it. Nancy is going to, first I want to tell you who's the cast of characters at our Yiddish Winkel, Mighty Winkel players. The two narrators are Mel Ascot and Etsy Swerdlow. Mordechai is Bert Levine. The two bad guys, Bixen and Teresh, who plotted to kill Ahasuerus, are Jerry Hirsch and Mort Swerdlow. The real bad guy, you know what his name is, we drown it out. It's Sonny Marcus. I'm hiding Queen Esther. And of course King Ahasuerus, the main character, is Jackie.
Say who Queen Esther is, please.
What?
Say who is playing Queen Esther. Who is playing Queen Esther?
That's Eileen Hirsch.
Did you say that?
Yeah, she's right behind me. I'm hiding her.
I know, but I didn't hear you say her name. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. And now I'm going to turn the meeting over to Nancy. Before I forget, in case anybody leaves before I get a chance, our next meeting is in April. Even though it's the middle of Passover, we will have a meeting, and our program will be Rabbi Shapiro, our Rabbi Emeritus. He's going to come and speak to us.
Frida introduced the pianist.
And the person we could not do this without, thank you, Lord, is Felice Bruskin, who's sitting at the piano. She has taken more guff. I almost used a four-letter word. She has taken more guff and more tourists from this group, but she has whipped them into a good ending. Thank you. Nancy?
I think you said everything you wanted me to say, but I think the only thing we agreed was that people should please hold their thunderous applause until the end. Right? Isn't that what we agreed for you, rather than after every song? However, if you are so moved that you can't repress it till the end, that wouldn't be a bad thing. One very quick announcement. At UWM, we are blessed to have the Department of Jewish Studies. Can you hear me?
Yes.
And if you are not familiar with the Department of Jewish Studies, let me give you a brief overview. It's a legitimate, secular department in UWM, cultural Jewish studies, nothing political, but they have a lot of programs about Jewish history and so on, not in a religious sense, mind you, in a cultural and educational, secular sense. And one component they focus very much on is Yiddish. And so when the day comes when perhaps our beloved Yiddish club is no longer, I hope that's a long, long time from now, but the Department of Jewish Studies, from Zoomoil to Gottsiren, will still be going and will be, who knows, maybe the last voice, no pun intended, of Yiddish here in Milwaukee. So they accept donations, and you can earmark your donation for Yiddish programming. And it's down at UWM, the Department of Jewish Studies, by Mr. Joel Berkowitz. He's the head of it, whom we have had speak here several times. Joel is doing amazing things to promote Yiddish both locally and in the world. We should really have him back to speak and give us an update. So I do want to bring that to your attention. And they're having a wonderful program very soon. Monday, March, this didn't print very well, 23rd. Miriam, by Peretz Hirschbein, the famous playwright, originally written in Hebrew, later rewritten by the author in Yiddish, and presented now in a new English translation that Joel translated, paints a vivid slice of Eastern European life in the early 1900s, class struggle, blah, blah, blah. So, one night only reading, presented in partnership between the UWM Milwaukee Sam and Helen Stahl Center for Jewish Studies and the Milwaukee Repertoire Theater. So that's big that we're partnering with the Rep. Joel did the translation, will bring back to life this classic Yiddish drama that was a critical and audience favorite of its era. Unfortunately, it's Monday, March 28th at 7 p.m. at night, which I know is a hard time for many of us. Again, this is geared more to the students. But please do remember that it does stay lighter now, you know, and so to get down there at 7 o'clock and so on, not as bad as if it were in the middle of winter, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna, if anyone would like the information about this, let me know. I've got copies here, and even if you can't make this one, keep your eye on what's going on in the Department of Jewish Studies, and if you feel so moved to please give to it to help prolong Yiddish in Milwaukee. So thank you very much. Break a leg. No, I shouldn't say break a leg.
No, not to this group.
This is not the right break a hip. Good luck with the show.
Break a humantide.
I don't have a baton.
She'll tell you what to do.
A piddler in the noose. Sounds crazy? No. But in our little shtetl of Fox Point, Ifka, each of us remembers when we had a piddler in the noose. When we got rid of that evil man and hung him up by the neck. It wasn't easy. You may ask, why do we remember such an unpleasant thing? We remember because, as the good book says, we should always remember to wipe out this memory so we forget him and never forget to remember to forget. So, why now do we remember our obligation to make sure he's forgotten? That I can tell you in a phrase. It's Purim.
It's Purim.
It's
It's Purim. It's Purim. It's Purim.
It's
Purim.
It's
It's Purim.
And because it's Purim, we've done silly things for many years. Here in Fox Point, Efka, we celebrated Purim in many different ways. Different costumes, different music, different bad jokes. You may ask, why do they bother to think up these bad jokes every year? I'll tell you, I don't know. But it's Purim, and because it's Purim, it's time for more bad jokes and time to meet people in our story once again.
Who threw a bash that lasted over 3 months, where you got us all drunk, told the queen to dance, and when she refused, so banished her forever, family values never fail. King Aha, King Aha, it's Purim, King Aha, King Aha. It's Purim.
Who must save the day from all these ruling men, so partisan, so off again? Who must fix the government and save the Jews, so Ahaz's free to think he's still in charge? Queen Esther,
Queen Esther. It's Purim.
Queen Esther,
Queen Esther. It's Purim.
I raised her from a little girl. My Esther's now the queen.
the mic.
Before she left, I counseled her, don't say you're Jewish. Oh, yeah, because I finished. All.
Put it by your mouth.
Mordecai,
Mordecai. It's Purim.
Mordecai,
It's Purim. And who is the bad guy? The old, the schmo, the bum. The one who will get hung up before this play is done. Bad Haman, Bad Haman. It's Purim. Bad Haman, Bad Haman. It's Purim.
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, we've got sorts with this Vashti incident. Big party, getting drunk, demanding that Vashti dance, banishing her to rage. Wait, Soros. But I have the perfect spin for your scandal, a wonderful soundbite.
So no. So I'll say, I'm sorry for what I did to Queen Vashti. But after all, I was drunk, and I couldn't help myself. I'm only human. Besides, it was a private matter between me and the Queen, and it doesn't really affect my job performance as monarch. Spin, Meister, spin me a tale. Weave me a yarn that cannot fail. Spin, Meister, spin it in time to be on the evening news. Spin, Meister, here's a good plot. Find a new bride, fill Vashti's spot. Let's get the word out to village and town that I feel remorse. I've changed my course. I need a wife for my new life, and maybe this spin will win.
And so King Ahasuerus sent word to village and town that maidens should be sought who might become his next queen. Now, it so happened there was a certain Jew in Shushan, the castle, whose name was Mordecai, the son of Jair, the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, a Benjaminite.
But my friends just call me Morty.
In any case, Mordecai was the one who brought up Hadassah, who preferred to be called Esther because people kept asking her if she was named after a hospital. Anyhow, Esther was Mort's uncle's daughter, and she had neither father nor mother, so when her father and mother died, Uncle Morty took her for his own daughter. Morty, thinking queenhood might not be a bad job for a smart, beautiful Jewish girl, sent Esther off to the palace to take part in the queen contest. Before she left, he gave her a few words of advice.
Esther, my daughter, it's time for you to go. But before you go, I want to give you a few words of advice. Don't put all your money in the stock market. Don't believe the weather forecast. And more importantly, don't. The king, you're Jewish. Your background do not tell the king. We don't know he would be all right or an anti-Semite. Stop, dear Esther, don't tell. Don't say that you are Jewish. Don't say you are part of the tribe. Even I give you another chance, I'll do that queenhood dance. That you won't be his wife.
God has sent you for some reason, though just at this season we don't know what for. But he now is a strange fish. If he knows you're Jewish, you'll be out the door.
Don't tell the king you're kosher. No shellfish, no piggies, no treif. Don't try to see if this king will fall for your great matzo balls. That's no way to stay safe.
To Esther, Queen of Persia, only they our parents could tell.
But we feel sure if they joined us here, they'd say it loud and clear. Chief Mankin, please don't tell. Don't say that you are Jewish. What sure is this never news could produce? For we can see at the royal court a queen whose name is Schwartz. No, you must try this ruse.
Well, of course, Esther did go to the palace and was named Queen of all Persia. And Mordecai would go and sit by the palace gate, hoping to hear news of his niece. Anyhow, while Mordecai was sitting in the gate, he overheard Big Tom and Teresh plotting to kill the king. This he knew was not a good thing.
If we kill the king now, boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'm thinking we could have an awful lot of fun. Poison, strangle, or asphyxiate. We could even use a gun.
We could
Impeach him.
He's an independent
Consul to spend millions digging dirt. He'd find something we could prosecute, some way to make sure this guy gets hurt. If we are smart, they won't know who knocked the big king off, who hatched this by bring him down. Then we'd both escape without getting caught. Of course, we'd miss our chance to talk with that couple, a spot called the plot to take the crown. For how much could the movie rights be bought? We could appear on all the usual shows. To meet Barbara Walters would be great. Larry King and us, what a sight to see. We'd write a book that earns us millions of bucks, and when someone kills the head of state, the two of us could offer punditry. Let us kill the king now. Nothing stopping us from claiming all our fortune and our fame. Pay attention to these palace guards. We'll be famous, it won't be so hard. Let's do lunch soon, would you like our cards? In this story we are stars.
Unfortunately, things did not work out so well for Bigam and Teresh. As soon as Mordecai reported their plot to the royal authorities, not only did their political ambitions go away, but the two of them were hung out to dry, literally. Of course, the whole Megillah about Mordecai had saved the king's life was written down in the king's book of political favors. This, you should know, will be an important plot development for later on. Meanwhile, back at the palace, things were not going so well for Mordecai. It seems that after these things, King Ahasuerus promoted Haman. The princes that were with him, of course, got box seats. You got to pay extra. He decided to institute a few changes around the palace.
Down.
Here's a new rule that you should follow. Here's a new rule you should obey. If you have dreams of getting older,
Slow down.
don't delay.
Some
say that he's just Yeshua. Some call him tyrant and unfair. We tell them flattery gets you nowhere.
Bow down, bend knees when you see me. Quickly can you flag? Mwah.
He can be merciful and friendly if you show him the right respect. You won't get hurt if you eat dirt when he passes by. Just kiss his ring for extra credit. You can be sure that you won't die.
Who is this fellow? He's not bowing. What a Jew named Mordecai.
Maybe he has a strange ambition, suicide.
I'm sorry, Haman, but I'm Jewish. We only bow to Adonai.
Think this through carefully or you might die.
Down his call, which one will fall? We can't wait to see. No matter which of them ends up dead, it will be great on paid TV.
Now, when Haman realized that Mordecai had a prostrate problem, he was, as a good book says, full of wrath. Being full of wrath, Haman decided to punish Mordecai by destroying the entire Jewish people. He even got King Ahasuerus to agree to this evil plan by arranging for campaign contributions from some wealthy Indonesian bankers. Then, with the king's approval, Haman held a press conference in the briefing room and sent word to all the king's provinces.
To destroy, to slay, and to cause to perish all Jews, both young and old, little children and women, in one day, even upon the 13th day of the 12th month of Adar, which is a month, Adar, and to take the spoil of them for a prey.
This was not good. Mordecai was mortified. He put on sackcloth and ashes and went out into the midst of the city and cried with a loud and bitter cry.
Hi.
Then, Mort got word to Queen Esther about Haman's plot to kill the Jews, and asked her to go and see the king and plead for her people. Esther replied that the king was not really the spontaneous type, and unless you had an appointment, going to see him could get you killed. So Mordecai sent word back to Esther.
Narschkeit.
That was the word Mordecai sent back. Unfortunately, Esther, who lived in Persia around 200 BCE, didn't speak much Yiddish, and so she asked for a clarification of this message. So Mordecai had them return this answer unto Esther.
Think not with thyself that thou art Jewish, and shall escape in the king's home.
Give it to him. Give birth to mine.
Oh. More than all the Jews. For if you altogether holdest thy peace at this time, and with relief and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place. But thou and thy father's house shall perish, and who knoweth?
Who knoweth?
Who knoweth whether thou art not come to royal estate for such a time as this?
Give it to Etsy.
In other words,
Narishkeit.
Anyhow, Esther apparently changed her mind and told Uncle Mort they have all the Jewish people fast, and she also would fast, and then try her luck with the king. After fasting for 3 days, Esther went to see the king. Thank God the king was happy for the chance to schmooze with his favorite wife, and he welcomed Esther warmly. She in turn invited Ahasuerus and Haman to come to her palace to break the fast. And to break the fast, Esther ate too much, got a stomachache, invited and Haman to come back for a party the next day.
that night, King Ahasuerus could not sleep. Anyhow, the king called for the book of political favors to be read to him. Learning the first time of Mordecai's heroic deed in the matter of Bigthan and Teresh, King Ahasuerus asked what had been done to reward Mordecai. When his advisor told him that nothing had been done for Mordecai, the king called for Haman. The king asked,
Okay, like suppose, like, you know, there's this guy that the king wants to honor. Like, you know, for doing something really cool for him. And like, what would you like recommend we do, you know, for like such a person?
Haman, thinking that he could only be referring to him, began dreaming of elaborate rewards. Let's listen in.
Haman, stay.
Help me figure out what I must do to reward a man who was brave. Something to repay a man who kept me from the grave.
Look at me.
Maybe by this hero condo,
Me.
something to remind a man who is brave. Something to
Syndication
repay
rights.
a man who kept me free from the grave.
You're singing her lines.
Haman, you're a genius, I thank you. Do this all for Morty, the Jew. Oh, what did I say?
Why do I feel
So
so
great.
great?
We thought this would be nice. Oy, 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 oy,
Sit down.
Anyhow, the next night, the king and Haman came to banquet with Esther the queen. And the king said again unto Esther on the second day at the banquet of wine, Whatever thy petition, Queen Esther, it shall be granted thee, and whatever thy request, even on behalf of the kingdom, it shall be performed. Then Esther the queen answered and said,
You're cute when you're drunk.
Into the mic.
You're cute when you're drunk.
Then Esther the queen answered and said,
Would you kill me?
Would I what?
Would you kill me?
Would I kill you? With the trouble over Vashti and the plots to have me killed. Your sweet head with such strange Narishkeit now it's filled. Maybe it's indigestion.
Ahasuerus, I'm asking you a question. Would you kill me?
Narshkai.
I know, but would you kill me?
Would I kill you? I searched this whole land looking for you, sad and hurt, feeling blue. Vashti left me and I felt bad. Then you answered my prayers. Do you think that I've gone mad?
Aha. Just after I wed you, that Haman came to say he was mean,
He was tough,
he was evil.
but knew his stuff.
This Haman said he would do what he could do to wipe out all the Jews. And so I'm asking, aha, would you kill me?
You're a Jew?
I am. So, would you kill me?
Would I kill you? This Haman has gone a little too far, though he looked like a star. But when he tries to kill my wife, he must pay with his life.
Then you'll save us.
Yes, my little matzo ball.
And then we'll see Haman fall.
Although I never knew she was a Jew, as an interfaith pair, our love is true.
So, they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Gave Mordecai Haman's old job and went to the briefing room of the palace to explain why. As in all political scandals, a few hits had to roll before the scandal could be finished. The king also issued an executive order allowing the Jews to defend themselves, which apparently the Jews did quite successfully, slaughtering many of their enemies and launching one of the most successful outreach programs in Jewish history, as thousands of Persians suddenly became Jews by choice.
Then Mordecai stepped up to the podium and told all the Jews near and far. He had to tell them separately because, as you know, the far Jews and the near Jews didn't talk. Anyhow, Mordecai told them that they should keep the 14th and 15th days of the month Adar every year, the day where the Jews had rest from their enemies, and the month which is turned unto them from sorrow to gladness, and from mourning into a good day, that they should make them days of feasting and gladness, and of sending portions one to another. Actually, he first called it Shalom, but nobody knew what he meant. And also sending gifts to the poor. Then, right there in the palace briefing room, Wolf Blitzer raised his hand and called up Mr. Mordecai. Mr. Mordecai, can you tell the Persian people why you're doing all this? And Mordecai and Esther, King Ahasuerus, and all his courtiers turned to Wolf Blitzer and answered,
It's Purim! It's Purim! It's Purim! It's Purim! It's Purim! It's Purim!
Good
Good
Everybody take a bow. Take a bow.
Thank God it's over. Oh,
For a wonderful musical.
oh yeah.
We'll be signing CDs as you leave.
And you can pay him.
They'll turn them all away.
Well, you can either keep that or give it back to me. It's up to you. If you like it, keep it.
No. Thank you. I said the wrong lines?
Because you weren't looking at me, you kept looking at her.
Oh,
That's not
free,
the
I
way.
could sometimes tip it. It worked out okay.
Yes, it is. I could try. Of course. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Exactly, wonderful. Except we did.
I'm sure you all enjoyed it.
Yes.
Oh.
We had a fight in our spiel.
This one better? I know you all enjoyed it. Thank you for coming. Remember again, is there anybody here who's not receiving their postcard every month? I have to know. Make sure you get it. There's lots of Hamantashen left, and there's coffee. Please help yourself. I want to